The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Check up. Rise to 27. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Luck. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Luck. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Recon, 132 fighter.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams. 96 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Broncos nothing. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Let's go, Mexico!
On second down now, it's Lindsey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Luck now to throw. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Here's Luck. That's complete to Jake Butt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Off of play action, Luck. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Courtland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down. A shotgun snap for Luck. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Orbit.
From the 39, Carr. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
McManus's point after is good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the 1st quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game, and now that he's really come out of the gate this strongly, how'd you like to be in the huddle with him right now? You know he's demanding the
Give me the
football.
ball.
And guess what? I'd throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Carr going to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete. He was covered by Prince Amukamara.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Express. Get it, you got it. 51, 29. 29. Go. Mike 51, Mike 51. I got him.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. These 2 teams all tied after 1. On 1st down, Carr got his man. It's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. On the ground, Richard. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check 56. 26.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. It's Williams on the catch. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. Carr. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
White. 93.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. So give them the first down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off.
Down. 180. Hey, we're good. 180. Check 3.
They go jet sweep here with Williams. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Carr gives to Richard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They come out here in the eye. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal.
Hey, 734. 56 Mike. 56. Hey, Haywood. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, watch your leg.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Broncos 7. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The throw taken in by Hamilton. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Now Luck. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now a first down throw. Luck. He completes this to Sutton. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Luck now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Again, Luck. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again, Luck. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot. They want
looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie! 6 right there, 56. Hey, here we go. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Get that!
Throwing again. Carr throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Watch the slat! Watch the slat! 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock down and go to the locker room.
He's got Jake Butt as tight end. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Here's Locke, airing it out for Hamilton. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Luck throwing again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Matthews, the intended target, and it's third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Right down. 180. 734. Hey, Wahoo. 56. Okay, on that defense. No. 9. 56. Check 56. And we have you.
Operating from the gun. Carr got his man, Isaiah Crowell. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
637. Hey, exit. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full 93. 56, Mike, 56. Watch the screen.
Carr going to go on 4th down. He's got his man. It's Williams. A Raider first down, 17 yards. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Push him back. Push him back. Hey, Zoo.
On 1st down, Richard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Delta, check 56. Yeah, you don't want none.
From the gun, Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Jalen Richard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Next to score, Raiders 24, Broncos 10. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Check out.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Locke. He'll get this to Philip Lindsey, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. On first down, it's Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out, and the Raiders pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. 20, 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Philip Lindsey, the intended target, but it'll be second down. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Locke. That's complete to Jake Butt. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now it's Locke, and that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
It's going to be a long day.
On fourth down, Locke. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. The pass there complete to Sutton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and lead the game out that way.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
You got nothing to get.
On first and 10, Locke. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jeff Heuerman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Alpha.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Luck now to throw. And Matthews makes the ground. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st down, Luck. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field.
And this is intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
With it is Brown. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Luck. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A.J. Boye with a pick. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
White Monday down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now, Blue 80. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Throwing his Love. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down. Fancy footwork in midfield. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Now Love. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To the air again. Love. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory.